Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, guys, I am very, very tired today. I know you're super tired.
I am pooped.
Yeah.
My back, my shoulders, my lower back, my legs. Yeah.
It's all screaming at you.
It's all screaming at me today.
Man.
But it's all right. We're going to be able to get on. We've got a storm coming today. And I'm going to go to town today.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a day of work outside.
No.
I'm going to be actually working on the stuff in the computer, getting in the matrix, and hopefully finalizing a video that I'll put out for you guys today.
Yep.
Gary's going to go get us some more materials, which is going to be very exciting.
Yes. I've got to go and get fencing for our garden. And
Yeah.
I'm going to look at some fencing for our backyard, as well as I've got to get some fencing for our chicken coop area and the rabbit hutch area.
Yeah, because very, very soon we're having to change gears and shift lanes and all that good stuff onto that backyard area because, you know, we've been talking about it. Seasons are changing and we've got baby bunnies that are coming towards us, and at the same time we're finishing up drying in the cabin. There's just a lot going on right now.
A lot.
A lot. But
it's one day at a time, and we're tackling it pretty good, I think. So it's coming together.
yeah, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for. You know? Just one day at a time. It will get there. Eventually.
It'll get there. Patience.
Yes.
It's a virtue.
Yes.
Yesterday we didn't do a real talk because I had an appointment in town, which I had to get off to, and then Gary was actually very busy yesterday, and he kind of space cased it, and just kind of was in the mode and forgot. But you had company yesterday.
You know, we had Drew Lenz come out,
Yes.
and or Drew from Drew's Lens. He came out. He gave me a huge helping hand. Mike had other arrangements with Alyssa.
Yeah,
it was her birthday. Happy birthday, Alyssa.
Happy birthday,
belated
Alyssa.
birthday.
Yeah. So Mike, he took the day off of coming out and helping Gary, and then it actually worked out because Drew had the day off and was like, "Hey, I want to, you know, what you doing? I'll come out and help you." So when Mike wasn't around, Drew was. So man, Gary, we got some really good friends.
Yeah, it worked out really, really good. We got a lot done up there.
I was amazed. I came back from my appointment in town, and like the roof sheathing was looking one kind of way when I left, and then when I came home, I was like, "Whoa, you guys!"
Yep, we
Y'all
put it
really
in.
Did a great job.
We put it in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's not fully done, unfortunately, before this rainstorm that we're gonna get.
But
Cursed rain.
but it's a lot better than it would have been.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it is. I haven't even zip taped any of it, so I'm really curious just to see how well it holds up without the zip tape.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that too, like how much rain actually goes through. I mean, obviously in the spots where there's no boards, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it might come through a little bit, but at the same time, the outside, you know, that's not taped up either.
Yeah.
And even without the tape, it holds up really, really well. Like, doesn't really allow the water to come through. Haven't seen any swelling on the ends or anything like that. So I'm like, okay, this is really cool. I like this.
Yeah, the zipboard system is really like top notch.
Which it's not going to be like that forever. I wanted to tape it as soon as it got done, but yeah, we were moving and grooving, and then I was worried about ripping up the tape as we're sliding all the sheets around. So I was like, no, let's hold off on taping off until we know that this is where it is, and we're good to go.
There's no more boards to drag.
Yeah.
No more rope dragging. You guys were all tied off since they've been doing the roof sheathing. They've been tying off. They've been getting all good to go.
Yeah.
And the rope dragging could cause an issue as well. Probably not as big of an issue as the zipboard dragging.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad that we're tied off because, you know, I'm trying not to stand on the rope or step on the rope, but there's a couple of times where you can't really help it. And that rope on top of that zipboard, man,
Slick.
oh man, that's slick. You know, so I'm glad that we are tied off. And there was a couple other times too where I was like, yeah, I'm glad that I'm tied off because that was interesting.
that would have, it's not, the pitch of the roof isn't really that steep. It's not that. It's just that it's a long fall.
Yeah.
It's a long.
It's that, and it's, the steepness isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's the sheets on top of the other sheets. That's where the slickness or whatever is up on top of it. So as much as I want to get to work today, it's probably not the best idea to work up there in the rain.
No, I'd prefer you don't.
Slip right off, and I mean, I know we're tied off, but still, that just adds more of a risk to it, to where it's like, yeah, no, it's not worth the risk.
I'd prefer you don't. Plus, I mean, you and Drew, like, I wasn't here, so you guys had to, like, how we were doing it before when Mike was here is I was on the bottom and I was rigging up the boards and they were pulling them up the ladder to get them actually up on the building.
Yeah.
And so Mike and Gary were up on the building the whole day, and it was just me rigging at the bottom and them tacking from there. Well, since I was gone and it was just Drew and Gary had to come down and do the rigging themselves and then pull it back up. But when I got back, then I did the rigging for them, and that seemed to help you guys out a whole lot. And
yeah, that makes it go by a lot quicker. If you don't have to climb up and down, up and down, up and down just to get,
so
a couple of boards up there. It's like, all right.
So what I'm getting to is, even though you would want to go out there and work in the rain today, I'm like, I don't want to rig in the rain.
Yeah, no.
I'd rather take the day and spend it in the Matrix and, recoup on some of that stuff.
It's supposed to start hitting here real soon.
Yeah, it's getting really dark outside.
It was a dark morning.
It was.
That's for sure.
It was.
Normally it's pretty bright out and everything, and it's like, ooh, it's still pretty dark outside.
And it's a little chilly today. It's not cold, but I mean, the thing is, it's actually beautiful. It's beautiful outside. But compared to how warm it's been, to have the temperature drop, it just feels like, ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I'm glad it's dropping a little bit.
Oh, me too.
It was starting to raise up there pretty good.
I know.
We had a couple of days where it was like 85, and I was like, man, this is like summer weather. What the heck?
Yeah. The creeks are already all drying up, There's still some water in them, but it's not flowing like
at all.
It's just sitting there, stagnant water. So maybe after today, the creeks will flow again one last time or something. But I know that we're getting closer and closer to summer, where the creeks are going to dry, where everything is going to start getting hot, and you know how the summers go out here.
Yeah. But I don't think we still got a month or two.
Yeah, more rains.
More rain, so it's, I'm glad that we're drying everything up right now.
I just hope it's not too dry of a summer. I mean, the fact that the creeks are already drying right now, I don't know. I'd have to look back on like videos and stuff to refresh my memory. But for some reason, I feel like the creeks, it's not even May yet. I feel like the creeks are drying a little soon compared to last year. I feel like the creeks dried up in like the end of May, even like June, there were still some flowing water. I'd have to look back on some of our older videos.
I don't know. That's where I'm saying, like, I'm not too worried about it. I know in June we got slammed a couple of times. It was July where it was like, whoo, it's dry.
Yeah, it dries.
There ain't no rain. So. Well,
in June it started drying out too, because that's when they started like the fire bans and stuff,
Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, last year.
But the year before, it was still.
It was
still pounding.
It's true.
And we were worried that that 4th of July was going to be rained out, but.
That's true. We were the first year.
And it completely went from that to, okay, we're dry.
And hot.
Dry and hot.
Dry and hot.
So. I don't know, this year's already been super weird.
It has been a little strange, yeah.
We didn't have a freezing winter. I mean, we did, but we didn't. Like, we normally had a lot more ice.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had a couple bouts of snow.
Yeah, but it didn't stick around at all. It turned, like, anytime it came to a point where we might get snow, it was just rain.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really freeze nearly as much as it did the previous years.
We did have a couple of really pretty snows, though, but we got them earlier than, the years previous to that. Yeah. So I don't know. To me, it just seems like all of the seasons have shifted earlier, just a little bit this year. Because right now, it's still, April, and I feel like weather-wise, it's like May.
Yeah.
I feel like weather-wise, like we're like a month, if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense, yeah. I feel you on that one. But
So who knows? Because I mean, our first snow that we got was in December, and usually you don't even get any of that until like January, February time, as far as what the locals have said, and then what we have
I
experienced.
still think it's crazy that up north everybody's still getting snow here and there. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
like
the
right
heck,
now,
man?
like right now.
You guys that's crazy. But it's I don't know. I think it's just where we're at, you know. It's I remember in Idaho where there was a couple of years where we'd get snow into like May, and it was like, what the heck? There's snow on the ground, and then as soon as it warmed up quick, and I was like, holy crap!
And it was gone.
It was gone.
And it was like, hey, summer's here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I have a feeling it's going to be like that over here too, where it's going to just pop out and be like, hey, summer's here. Ready or not, here I am.
yep.
Yeah.
So it's you never know. You know, weather plays with your emotions, and it's not an exact every year that is going to be the same. You know, it's
very true.
just a rough ball idea.
Yeah. Just a guess.
It could go this way. It could go that way.
But we're making all of our preparations and arrangements, you know, planning on it showing up and stuff. I've got all these plants right here in my living room, and the cats, man, the cats are starting to really bug the beans out of me because they found a new game of knocking over the plants, and it's very irritating. So, and I got a lot of them that are growing up really big, and they're about outgrown that solo cup.
Yeah, they're
So-
ready to get in the dirt.
Yeah.
But we need to get them outside for a week to 2 weeks roughly, just to get them acclimated outside.
I just
and
need to
then plant
take them to the garden area and just set them over there. But
That's why we need to get the fencing going
Yeah.
and everything else.
that's kind of why Gary's going to go to town today and
Since it's going to be raining, I might as well just go out there when
Make
when
it
it's not raining, you know.
a
and,
shopping day.
Well, go get all that stuff. But I might be pounding in some posts, getting that going, because I can go outside when it's not raining. Like right now, it's not raining.
No, it's
You
not.
know, so it's like I might as well. I can get out there and get it done.
Yeah, and
Especially after it rains, the softs up the dirt. And
Yeah.
Like, all right, let me get out there before it hardens.
you know, your poor back and legs and everything, using that T-post smasher. It's
No,
gonna.
I'm going to use the T-post smasher how it's supposed to be used, and I'm not going to be doing any force. I'm just going to be
Dropping
moving
it.
it and dropping it, moving it and dropping it, not
You're not going to be like throwing your whole body
throwing
into
my
it.
whole body into it, because my back is screaming at me. I
Yeah.
might end up actually I am going to be putting on my back brace.
I was going to say, you better use your back brace today, just in case, because we don't need you going down.
My back's been, it's at that point where it's telling me to stop moving.
Yeah.
I need to sit, but I can't stop moving.
Well, you got to listen to your body, babe.
I know, I can't stop though. I gotta go.
Well,
I gotta move. That's the one thing about the lower back pain too, and I get on Mel's nerves every now and then because I pace back and forth, and she just gets anxious because I'm pacing, which I get, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What do you want? What do you want?" I'm like, "I'm just moving. My hips. I don't want them to lock up."
yeah. And I'm like, we have 41.36 acres for you to walk on. Do you have to walk past me like 1,000 times? Because, yeah, he will. When he paces, he'll walk laps in the house, and I'll be sitting in like the little hole in, fully involved in my computer work, where I got my headphones on and I'm like trying to focus and edit this video out. And in my peripheral, I keep seeing Gary coming in and like hovering over me. And then he stands there for a minute, and then he goes out, and then he keeps doing this back and forth, and it drives me nuts because it like, I have squirrel brain.
I don't always hover over you, but sometimes I'm like, "What are you up to?
You
What are you into?"
You
I know.
linger. You stand in there and you
Sometimes.
linger, and you go directly behind me to where I could feel his presence, right? And I'm like, well, what does he want? What does he need? Is he trying to get my attention? And I have like, squirrel brain or whatever, like ADD or something. I don't know. I'm not diagnosed with anything, but I got something going on up there. And like my focus and my attention, I can be like really hyper focused, but sometimes the smallest thing will completely get me off track. And with him pacing like that, yeah, I'm like, I'm editing right now. Leave me alone. Stop distracting me. We have all this property for you to walk in. Go walk outside.
Oh, I can't help it though.
You
Like,
can't help it. Go outside.
No, I can't help it though, because inside's nice and climate controlled for the most part, and
Yeah.
it's my morning routine to
It's his morning
sort of
routine
walk
to-
around and have my coffee and just get my hips moving.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the last couple of days I felt it when I was up there, and forget what we were doing. Oh yeah, it was the eaves, getting those in, and I bent down and I got into a weird position. I got back up, and as soon as I moved back, I hit my back, but I didn't hit it hard.
Yeah, you scraped it or something.
No,
right?
I just barely tapped the board, but it tapped my back in the perfect spot where it instantly shot that lightning bolt down my legs, and I was all,
Yeah.
nope, hold up, and ever since then, now I'm like, man, dude, my back.
Yeah, when him and Mike were doing the eaves on the end. So I mean, that was a few days ago at this point.
Yeah, and my back is still screaming at me.
And you've been keep going. You've been doing all that sheathing and just keep going. I'm so happy you had the boys trip, so that way it forced you to relax for a little while.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, you were going here to there to everywhere with all your poles and.
Like I said, I can't help move. I can't help stop moving. If I sit for too long, it's like, okay, I'm going to lock up and I can't move. I got to move.
It's true. Gary is definitely ping pong over here, over there, ding dong. Yeah.
I'm pretty positive I have ADHD.
Something.
Not ADD, because I can pay attention to things really good, but I got to move.
Yeah, he's just the hyper part, right? Where he's always zinging around here and there. With me, I got it's the mentals with me, where I could get really. And the thing is with me, once I get in my focus, and please don't get me off a track. Please don't take me off of focus, because then it'll be another hour until I can get back on track. And then it's all this wasted time and stuff. So sometimes when I'm really focusing on edits or kind of office background work and stuff like that, I'll just turn my phone on silent and stick it over there. And then when I get out of the matrix, I have 20 missed calls, 15 text messages. I'm what happened to you? Where are you? I'm dude, I was just trying to stay focused, because if I, and the kids coming in and out and asking me, mom, and then I get distracted easily. Yeah. Yeah. I try not to. I can, when I'm focusing and I'm in my zone, and then I'm grooving and I'm doing my thing, but sometimes the slightest little thing, and then it'll take me an hour to get back on track.
That's with everybody, I feel though.
Yeah.
Everybody gets pulled one way or another, and then you forget what you were doing, or you get sidetracked and get so focused on another thing, and you're like, oh wait, that's right, I was doing this before.
Yeah.
Let me get back at that.
I forget the zone I was in. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But our plants are doing really good, and I'm excited to get them out, to get this table out, so the cats will have something. They could find something else to do than terrorize my plants. And then we can get them, hardened off for the weather, and they'll start, being acclimated out here. And I'm excited though. I have to get my list together, because I have all those other seeds that are going to be direct sow into the ground, and I know it's time. It's time. I need to get them in dirt, but I need to do my planning, right? My how I drew out the whole thing, and I need to figure out which plants are going where, and I need to compare it to the companion, the friends and foes. Some plants you don't want to plant next to each other. Some plants you want to plant next to each other. So I definitely have to do that before, and map it out where I'm going to have these things before I get them in the dirt. And then also I need to get, so a lot of you guys had mentioned in the comment section when we did our last, when we were filling up the garden beds, you guys were like, oh, those cells on the sides of those blocks, you should fill it up. I plan to. We did plan on filling up all those little cells of the blocks, and I'm going to plant some marigolds. Maybe I'm going to plant some of my spices and herbs and stuff in there too. I want to plant some flowers and things in there as well, so it'll attract bees and it'll look really pretty. But I didn't know how much dirt we were gonna have, and the truck bed, I wanted to make sure that the beds of the garden beds got full before I went ahead and started doing some extra, which those small cells are extra.
Perfect amount with 2 truckloads. The perfect amount.
If I would have used some of that dirt to fill in those cells, then we would need more dirt.
No. So that's all right. We'll be able to. I'll probably end up getting 1 more truckload.
You probably should, so we can
just so that way we can
spread it around.
Well, we've got those buckets. We've got other buckets that we can fill. We've got a lot of other things that we can use that, and we can fill the cells, and then we can put that also over certain things, you know.
Yeah, maybe throw a little bit of it down on the garden tier for the grass. Our grass is starting to grow. It's just not growing the way that I wanted it to.
That's
I
all
don't
right.
think I put down enough of the straw. I don't think I didn't really have as much.
Well, you put down straw, and then I came back after it got blown away,
Yeah,
and I put
when-
down more straw on top of it, and it's already gotten blown away for
Yeah.
the most part.
I think maybe I should have put it down a little thicker.
No, I think it would have all blown away.
Oh.
You know, I feel like we did a really good amount, and where the hay is on the ground still,
There's grass growing.
there's grass growing and everything.
There's patches coming on the top tier. I mean, it's coming. It's just very patchy, and even though I have it roped off, it doesn't stop the dogs from going on there.
Nope.
It does stop the kids for the most part. The kids haven't really been on there too much.
Nope.
But the dogs, they don't care. They're like, rope, who cares? If it was a shocking rope, then I mean, that'd probably get their attention, but it's not. It's just a string.
No.
But I don't think the dogs walking on it is the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem is that it just didn't get into
The
ground as good as I wanted it to. I tried. I tried.
I think
We're just gonna keep at it and just keep reseeding and just keep, keep trying.
we're gonna do something.
Yeah.
I might end up getting actual topsoil to do that. So
Yeah.
that will be a whole nother fun thing because, yeah, garden soil is one thing. It's all light and fluffy,
Yeah.
but topsoil,
Heavy.
that's some heavy dirt.
Heavy stuff. No fun to move around, but
No.
necessary evil.
Yep.
Yep.
But we'd be able to do that. We'll be able to seed and throw down some of that. But I might even just say screw it and get some mulch.
Yeah.
Throw that down on top of it. That won't go away so much.
We just need something that will retain the moisture so it can allow the seeds to germinate and to sprout.
Yep.
You know?
Mulch will do that.
Yeah, mulch will do that.
But I'd want to find the really fine mulch,
Yeah.
not the chunky mulch.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
But
Yeah. But friends, we're gonna get rolling. It's I'm kind of slow moving this morning, but I need to snap out of it. I need to get myself right. I need to get onto the computer and finish off this video for you guys. So hopefully you guys will have it today. I'm trying. I'm working on it for today. I've got a lot of the other footage from the roof sheathing that I'm honestly holding off and to post. So we have some other things coming down the pipe for you guys this week. It just really depends on when it's all finished because I'm waiting for the roofing to be finished and then I'll put that video out for you guys. So you guys are going to be coming along on some other adventures with us. But we have a lot going on. We're very busy and we love bringing you guys with us.
Yep.
So stay tuned for a lot of all that. But I'm going to try to snap out of it, try to get into the right mood and get into it. Gary, I'm going to have you run off to the store, my love,
Yep.
and get some things.
We'll go get all the fencing and whatnot, and
Yeah.
hopefully it's not going to be. If I come home and it's not raining, I'll be a little upset. But
You'll be like, man, a whole day I could have been up there shooting.
exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'll be like, all right, well, I guess I'll start
Well, the
mapping it out.
The weather called for like, I don't know, 70% rain or something like that.
It's supposed to rain pretty good today.
Yeah, like you looked at the weather forecast and it's gonna rain. You're like, okay, so, and then you plant, and when it rains out here, it doesn't just, sprinkle or drizzle. It's like Niagara Falls falling from the sky, so.
Yeah. But that would be our luck. Like I said, it's normally whenever it calls for like 60%, it doesn't.
I know, it's so weird.
But
30%.
when it calls for 30, it rains all day. But yeah.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out. Hopefully, we don't get too much, and you can get some stuff done and everything. But either way, I know that we're gonna be continuing to plug along with all these projects and all these things that we have going on, because all of them are time sensitive, and we're just, juggling and making it all happen. So
It's working out though.
yeah,
But
it is.
anywho,
Anyhow, we're gonna run, guys. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us today and watching today's video. Sorry again about not posting one yesterday. I was gone and Gary went squirrel and it just didn't happen. So, but thank you again to Drew with Drew's Lens for coming and helping Gary yesterday. We appreciate you. Love you, buddy.
Yes,
You're the best.
that was awesome. We got a lot done.
Yes, and you guys are going to be seeing it on a video coming very soon. So stay tuned for new uploads, notifications turned on. And until the next one, friends, we love y'all and we hope you have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later, later.